at, at least for a week so that you can catch up. And then I know there are some people who have loved to be here, but maybe something stopped them, so they will also get access to the recording. Okay, I think so. Okay, so we are on YouTube now, so we'll have the recording. Let me share my screen again and then dive right in. But before I dive in, is there anybody here who is not currently on LinkedIn? No judgment. If you are not on LinkedIn, feel free. Give me a one. Give me a one in the comment section if you are not on LinkedIn. Okay, if you are on LinkedIn and okay, I see a hand up. Godi, I see your hand up. Does that mean you're not on LinkedIn? Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Wow.
I am not.
Oh,
How are you,
wow.
Bertha?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Good afternoon,
today
everyone, or good evening, everyone. Sorry about that.
okay, I hope today you find the need to be on LinkedIn. I hope so, because I find it
I
very
look
fascinating.
forward to that.
I find it fascinating when I meet people who are not on LinkedIn. I'm like, wow, they are missing out a lot. Anyway, maybe they think they are not. Or well, anyway, it depends. But I just hope by the end of this session, I'll convince you enough to be on the platform. And by giving you why you need to be there. If you find it important, then why not be on the platform? Okay. And if you are there, if you're on LinkedIn and you are not active, just give me a two in the comment section. If you are on LinkedIn, you have a profile there, but you are not active. You are not active because it's one thing being there and it's another thing being active. It's interesting to know. Today, I didn't put those statistics on my slide, but almost like 90% of LinkedIn users are not active. So you are not alone. There are a lot of you. About 90% are not active. So I see Aku says two. Okay. All right. I just hope by the end of today you see why you need to be active. In fact, that's the essence of having this webinar. Okay. So let's start. We are looking at 3 mistakes you can't afford to make on LinkedIn and how to fix them fast. In fact, these were mistakes that I personally I was making when I first joined LinkedIn without noticing, without even being aware. And when I discovered them and started correcting this mistake, things really began working for me on the platform. Like most of you, I joined LinkedIn because somebody told me that when you put a profile there, recruiters will start sending you jobs. At that time, I wasn't sure whether I was looking for a job or approach you with a job so that at least you'll be spoilt with choice. You can decide to leave your current job and join a new job. And so I created an account. And at the time that I created an account, in fact, LinkedIn was not what it is now. I think it was basically you putting your CV there, something like that. I don't quite remember, but it was something like that. But now it has become much more. So I'm going to share with you my journey towards correcting these mistakes and what has happened after I did that. And so on this webinar, you will discover how to turn your LinkedIn profile into a magnet for recruiters, opportunities, and then meaningful career growth. And I don't want to assume that all of us are employees or want to stay or remain employees. I want to believe that we have some of us who are business owners or self-employed, and some of us who are even looking to transitioning into our own business. So I'll try to make sure that whatever I share here will be useful to anybody who body. LinkedIn is for everybody. We are going to break some myth this evening. If you have some thinking, something that is holding you back from being active or even being on the platform, I'll just hope that by the end of this webinar, we'll be able to enlighten you a bit to see why you need to be active on the platform. And so throughout this webinar, at the end, you should be able to discover how to turn your LinkedIn profile into magnet for recruiters. In fact, that's the main purpose. So that's the main goal of this webinar. How you will turn your LinkedIn profile into a magnet for recruiters, clients, partners, opportunities, and then meaningful career growth. Let me move on. Now, we just want to know whether we are in the right room. Maybe you were going for another webinar and then you find yourself here. So just to make sure that we are all in the right room, here are a few things. If you're a professional and want to grow your career or visibility, maybe you want to use LinkedIn to promote your personal brand, then you are in the right room. And then if you're also looking, maybe you're on the platform, you are looking to optimize your LinkedIn profile and attract opportunities, you are also in the right room. And if you are unsure of what to post or how to show up consistently on LinkedIn, you are also in the right room. If you're also tired of being on LinkedIn but not getting noticed, you are in the right room. And if you are curious about personal branding and using LinkedIn intentionally, you are also in the right room. And then if you are ready to stop blending in and start standing out, then you are also in the right room. So let's get started. No. So for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, my name is Rebecca Afu. I don't want to assume because I have quite a number of people here who know me already, but some of you may not know me. So my name is Rebecca Afu. Most people call me Becca, and I am an author. Just a second, Joel, please send it outside. You are making noise. Where was I? Yes. So I'm an author. I recently authored a book called Level Up Your Career: Simple, Actionable Steps, Strategies, and Tips to a Fulfilling Career. Also the founder of Office Habit Training and Consulting Limited, a training company that help people with their careers, up leveling their careers, and also training of administrative professionals. And I'm also a career clarity coach. So what I basically do is to help people who want to move to the next level in their careers get the clarity, competence, and confidence to do that. And this could be to get a promotion, to get a new job, or even for them to start their own businesses. I'm also a full-time employee. Okay, but if you are on LinkedIn with me, if you are connected, you know where I work. This what I'm doing has nothing to do with my work, so I'm not going to mention my work name here. But I know if you are connected with me on LinkedIn, you will know where I work. All right. So my promise to you this evening, okay, is that at the end of this session, you will learn the three biggest mistakes that are sabotaging your LinkedIn success if you're on the platform. And then I'll also teach you what to do instead, or what you need to do to get noticed and then get hired, especially if you are looking for employment. And if you are also looking for clients, this information will also be useful to you. And then I will also take you through how others have transformed their results and how you can too at the end. So I've helped, and I believe some of them are here. I'm just hoping when I call them, they will share their transformation and their results with us. I have not really spoken to anybody to let them know that I'll be doing this webinar and I want them to share their story. But if they are open to that, we will get to hear some stories of people I've helped in the past, and then see if you want to, you will need my help to get your profile optimized, and then to see ways you can take advantage of the platform. Okay, even if you decide not to work with me, every information that I'm going to share with you here, you can use to make the most out of the platform. I had somebody who has been joining this webinar almost all the time. Anytime I organize it, she joins. She didn't work with me personally, but I know she was able to optimize her profile and was able to even get a lot of connections than she had initially. And at a point, she even lost her account, but she was able to bounce back because of the knowledge that she had and rapidly grew her followers. And if we have time, we'll look at her profile together. I didn't even work with her one on one, but with the information that she gathered from a webinar like this, she was able to do that. Now, why does LinkedIn still matters in 2025? We have a lot of social media platforms. So why do we think LinkedIn still matters? LinkedIn has over 1 billion users and is growing day by day. And it is claimed, or research shows, that 6 people are hired every minute via LinkedIn. I have a personal story to share with you along the line. When I get there, I'll share with you. And in fact, let me just mention one. So just before jumping on this call, I did do we call it aptitude test, some online test, and it was because I applied. I didn't really apply, but I saw the job advert on LinkedIn, and then it gave. I clicked on apply, and then it gave me just some form to fill in some details. Okay, I'll run you through that for you to even see the importance of having a, an optimized profile on LinkedIn. So 6 people are hired every minute via LinkedIn. 95% of recruiters use LinkedIn to find candidates. Yes, most of our HR people, when they are looking for candidates, they go on LinkedIn. That's where they go. So LinkedIn is not just a social media, it's also a search engines. And not only recruiters, even salespeople or business owners who are looking for clients use LinkedIn to look for their clients, and people are making money, massive money on the platform. And LinkedIn is not just for job seekers, it's actually a career engine. And if I use the word career here, anybody who is into business, even if you are running your own business, LinkedIn is also for you. So let us not think that LinkedIn is for just people who are seeking jobs. In fact, when I joined LinkedIn, the idea was to look for a job, but I realized that with time, I realized that the platform is much more than that. Now let's try to bust some myth. So some lies about the platform. As I go along, if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. When I'm done, I will answer them. So some people think that LinkedIn is only for job seekers. I've already talked about that. It's not. It's not. It's for professionals and for business owners, for people who want to promote their personal brand. And LinkedIn is also a learning platform. In fact, the content that people post there, there's so much you can learn from. LinkedIn also have courses on the platform. If you are a premium subscriber, you get access to thousands of courses. You have no idea. Thousands of courses there. Fortunately for me, my company, the company I'm currently working with, has a license that gives its employees the chance to learn on the platform. So currently I'm not a premium subscriber, but I have access to their courses because of the license that my employer has. Okay, and you really don't need to be a premium subscriber to take advantage of the platform. If you're a premium subscriber, there are certain advantages that you get over somebody who is not, but you can still make the most out of the platform. You also don't need to have a fancy job title to be active on the platform. You know, whatever your value, everybody matters, if I should put it. We all have values that we can share with others. And LinkedIn is a platform that will help you showcase your expertise, your skills, your experience. Okay, so we'll be looking more into that. And then you don't have to. And then some people go like, I don't have anything interesting to post. A lot of people talk themselves out of posting on LinkedIn because they think they don't have anything to post, but that is not true. That is not true. There's so many things you can post on LinkedIn. Your daily experiences you can post on LinkedIn. If you really sit down and think, you realize that there's so much you can post, and you are not obliged to be posting like every day on LinkedIn. You don't have to post every day on LinkedIn. And fortunately, now we even have generative AI that can help us draft our posts. Okay, you just give the AI the idea of what you want to post, and it will just write it out for you. So it's now even very easy to post on LinkedIn. And then somebody will go like, "Oh, I'll wait until I need a job to update my profile." Okay, if you have a profile there, you are not active there, you don't need to wait till you need a job before you update your profile. You have to constantly be updating your profile. You update your profile on LinkedIn just as you need to regularly also update your CV. Okay, because opportunities come to those who stay ready, not those who start preparing last. Okay, so every day people are jumping on the platform, trying to connect with people, looking for people, and you never know who is looking for your expertise, your skills, your experience, and all that. And then some people also go like, LinkedIn is too time consuming. LinkedIn is not. I don't know. For me personally, I don't spend, people see me on LinkedIn, but I don't spend so much time on LinkedIn. I don't spend so much time on LinkedIn. The time that people spend on TikTok, I don't think they spend that much time on LinkedIn. TikTok is a platform that I don't know. Me personally, I'm afraid of because it gets you hooked. Once you're on the platform, it's so difficult to leave. It's LinkedIn is not like that. It doesn't get you hooked like that, and you really don't have to spend so much time. You can even spend 15 minutes a week, just to build your visibility and then make meaningful connection. That 15 minutes a week, so that's like what you can even decide, five minutes every day, just to scroll and see what is happening. If you want to leave a comment on somebody's post, if you want to post, you can do that. Okay, so LinkedIn is not time consuming as we think. Okay, so now I'm going to the mistakes that I did initially when I joined LinkedIn. And for most of you who have joined this webinar before, the first thing is having an incomplete profile. I visit LinkedIn or I connect with people only to realize that their profiles are incomplete. Some people, they just have their name there and nothing, no information. And this is really wrong. You cannot be on LinkedIn and have an incomplete profile. It's like having an incomplete profile or not even having a profile at all, because the profile, for if I talk about incomplete profile, it has to do with a lot of things, because there are a lot of sections on your profile that you need to complete. So some people just complete parts and leave others. Some don't even complete anything. So all the only thing you find is your name. Okay. Now we also have to be aware that when people search for you on LinkedIn, not even on LinkedIn, on Google, or you can even try that. If we had time, I would have done this exercise. Just put your name in Google and see what comes up. Okay, it's very important for us to do all that, because whether you know or you don't know, people are Googling you. Okay, especially recruiters, when they are recruiting people, they Google your name to see what will come out, because they are seeking for information. Okay, somebody can say that, me, I'm not online. That's also a problem. If you are not online, it's a problem. It means a lot of things depending on who is interpreting that. But in the age that we are in at the moment, not being visible online, not having an online presence is really a problem. And the best platform to have your online presence is actually LinkedIn. And if some of you will attempt this, just put your name in Google and see what comes up. The first thing, if you have a profile on LinkedIn, the first thing that will pop up will be your LinkedIn profile. The first thing that will pop up will be your LinkedIn profile, because LinkedIn is owned by, is it Microsoft? Yes, Microsoft owns Google. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's maybe I'm not getting my facts right, but I think that is it. The whoever owns LinkedIn owns Google. I think it's Microsoft. But if I'm wrong, you can let me know in the chat. So when somebody Googles your name, the first ranking that will come will be from your LinkedIn profile. And me personally, when I'm searching for contacts, I'm looking for somebody, maybe for business, for something. I Google the person's name, and usually it's the LinkedIn profile that pops up. Okay, then now I go and check the person's out on LinkedIn. So the question is, if you have an incomplete profile on LinkedIn and somebody, let's say a recruiter, Googles your name just to find more information about you, and then your LinkedIn profile pop-ups with gaps, how would the recruiter perceive you? Another thing too is that now we have recruiters who, or there are certain jobs where you are even required to put your LinkedIn URL. Okay, your LinkedIn URL. And then you apply for these jobs, you put in your LinkedIn URL, and they go check you out, and the information there is incomplete or is inconsistent with the information that you provided. Maybe you have the profile there, you didn't complete certain sessions, or the information there are outdated compared to what you have on your CV. They will start doubting your credibility. So it's very important that we complete our profiles on LinkedIn. Not having a profile on LinkedIn is like going to a business networking event and then handing over people blank business cards. Okay, you can imagine how that looks. You can imagine how that looks. And then maybe you have some information on your profile, but it's incomplete. So it's just like handing out a business card to somebody at a networking event with some information missing on your card. Okay, no contact details. Maybe your name is not even complete, because I've seen some people having just their first name. Some will even make it will abbreviate their names there. So there are a lot of funny things happening on people's profile. So just have that thinking. And somebody made the analogy that LinkedIn is a consider LinkedIn as a networking event, because everybody there is basically networking. Everybody there is basically networking. We are there because we want to connect. Okay, so businesses want to connect businesses, clients want to connect with businesses, recruiters are looking for candidates. So people are there. Everybody there has a purpose for being on the platform. They are not just there because they have to be there. Everybody has a purpose on being on that platform. So the LinkedIn as a platform is actually a networking event. Okay, and so our profiles are our business cards. Our profiles are our, I'm repeating it to emphasize that our profiles are our business card. And so you can't go to a networking event and be handing out empty business cards or incomplete, business cards. You can't do that. So that's how we are supposed to treat our LinkedIn profile. And when I started using LinkedIn, I didn't know that. So obviously a lot of information were missing. And I mentioned that at the time that I joined LinkedIn, I joined because somebody told me recruiters will approach you. But it came to a time when I was looking for a job. And I thought to myself, I've been on LinkedIn for so many years. I think that time I've been on the platform for like 4 years. And then I remembered, and I told myself, but this friend told me that if I'm there, recruiters will send me, job offers. How come I've been on this platform and nobody is sending me job offers? But that thing occurred to me just at the time that I needed that job. At the time that I joined, I wasn't actually looking for a job, but at the time that I needed a job, I was expecting that, I'll be having some job offers that I can consider, but there was nothing until I started joining webinar sessions like this, and then came to the realization that I was doing something wrong on the platform. My profile was not complete. I didn't have a photo there, and things that have been like changed. There were a lot of gaps in on my profile. There were sessions that I have not completed. So that is when I began completing those sessions. Okay, so some people have their profile, there's no headline, there's vague title, there's missing experience, education, and there's no profile photo. That's the major thing. Profile photos. A lot of people are on LinkedIn, they don't have profile photos. Your LinkedIn profile actually follows you. Whatever you do on the platform, your profile follows you. If you put a comment on somebody's post, your profile follows you there. If you make a post, your profile follows you there. If people want to learn more about you, they click on your profile, and there are certain information that they will be looking out for. And if you even send out a request to connect with somebody, the person will first go and look at your profile before they decide whether to accept your connection invitation. Okay, so your profile is very important, and I can't repeat that enough. So I don't know if Mame Abawood is here, but Mame joined this webinar last year, and she decided to work with me to improve her profile on LinkedIn. But before she started working with me, this is how Mame's profile was looking. Okay, so this is a photo, a screenshot I took before we worked on the profile. So Mami had only her name. There's no profile photo, there's no banner. So here is blank. The top is blank. What I'm using is blank. There's no photo. The headline is missing. We don't really know anything about Mami as aside from the fact that she's in Accra. Okay. And then as at that time, she didn't have any connections. And what you see here pending was the connection request I sent to her. And I was waiting for her to accept it. So at the time I took this screenshot, this was how my Miss LinkedIn profile looked like. And there are some profiles that have certain information, but the information are also irrelevant. Like this one that I picked, I don't even know where I saw it, but I think I came across this and I was surprised, to see that, okay, he has a photo, he doesn't have a banner, he has his name here. And then when we are looking for headline for him to tell us who he is, we have this information here. No excuse for being lazy. It's a choice you decide to take. How relevant is this information? And one thing too is that when people are searching for you, especially with with recruiters and even potential clients or partners, they use certain keywords. Okay, so if you don't have those keywords in your profile, your name will never pop up. Okay, so I don't know who will be using this sentence, no excuse for being lazy is a choice, to find anybody on LinkedIn. So we have to be also mindful of the information that we put on our profile. Now we have this lady too, okay, and then she has a banner, but the banner is not, you don't just put anything there, okay. There's a way to craft an attractive banner, okay, that grabs people attention. Her photo is not bad, but it could be improved, because on LinkedIn, what we are interested in is having your face. We want to have a full view of your face, so from your head to your shoulders, it should show broadly. That's the best photo. So as I'm talking, I'm also giving you tips. And then when we come to her headline, so usually your headline is under here. She's saying currently searching for a role as HR assistant. Nobody will hire you if you have this, because it's not giving the hiring manager or the recruiter any information about you. Okay, who are you? What do you do? What value do you bring? Those are the important information you need to provide on your headline. Okay. So how do you fix this problem? I've already talked enough about it. You have to craft a compelling headline, and I'll show you some very soon. You need to fill in your experience, your skills, and education. So all these are sections on your profile that you need to complete. And then you need to also add a strong summary with keywords, okay? With keywords. So I said, depending on what you are there for, if it's client that you are looking for, you should have certain keywords, because some clients are searching for searching on the platform using those keywords. And then you need to upload a clean photo and a branded banner. Okay, so these are the basic things you need to do on your profile. And I tell you, when I fixed this problem, all these mistakes on my LinkedIn, got it in shape, I started attracting opportunities, and I'll be sharing some of them with you shortly. So when I work with Mami, this is how her profile is now. Mami, at the time that I work with her, so you can actually Google Mami, fine. You can decide to Google or go on LinkedIn and then pull up this profile just to be sure that I'm showing the right thing. But when I work with Mami, this is how we transformed her profile. So her profile now looks a bit more interesting than what she previously have. And at the time that I was working with Mami didn't have a goal of looking for a job. She's comfortable in her role that she's having, but she needed an online presence, and so she decided to update her LinkedIn profile. And then look at her connections. I show you a picture where Mami to anybody, but now look, she has 329. I don't know if now the story is different, but this is some of the things that can happen when you get your LinkedIn profile. And this is Rukaya. I don't know if Rukaya is on the call. Rukaya, are you with me here? Okay, I know she registered to join, but I don't know if she's here. Okay. All right, let me go back to. I just wanted her to share her story herself, but since she's not here, I'll just go ahead. So when Rukaya also joined, I don't know if she joined last year or last 2 years session, but this is how, or this was how her profile was looking like. Okay, and at that time she had only 2 connections, and I wasn't even connected to her. So anytime you see 3 2, it means that you are not connected to the person. Okay, so the 3 even here meant that there was no way I was going to get in touch with Rukaya, because Rukaya was my 3rd-degree connection. Okay, so that means we didn't even have any connection in common. When you have a connection in common with somebody you are not connected to, you see that this figure becomes 2 instead of 3. So the person becomes your 2nd-degree connection. If you are connected with the person, you see 1 here. You see the figure 1 first. That means you are directly connected with the person. But if you see somebody's profile and then you see 2 second, that means although you are not connected with the person, you have a connection in common. So that means the person is connected to somebody you are connected with. Okay. And at the time that I worked with Rukaya on her LinkedIn, she had only 2 connections. And you see here pending, that was the time I had sent her connection request for her to accept, for me to now become her first degree connection. I don't know if I'm making sense, but if you've been on LinkedIn for a while, you understand some of these things. So at the end of the day, this is how Rukaya's profile is looking. And you remember Rukaya had only 2 connections at that time. Now she has 500 plus. I think she has either hit 1,000 plus or over 1,000 connections at the moment. Okay, so I'm sharing all this just to let you know how important it is for you to improve your profile. I don't know if Claudia is here, but Claudia, if you are here, let me know. But this was Claudia's profile when she also joined. Claudia, I think she joined 3 years ago. And at the time that I worked with her on her profile, this was how it was looking. Now this is how Claudia's profile is looking. So you could also see that her connection has increased. It has increased from 153, now she's 1,000 plus. Okay, and she's using it to promote her virtual assistant business. Okay, Bernardine. Bernardine also registered to join. Unfortunately, I don't have Bernardine's before, but it was also very blank, very blank. But after working with her, this was her result.
I can agree. Very blank.
I'm happy. I'm happy you are here. Bernardine, okay, now that you've brought yourself, please tell us the improvements you've seen since we worked together to improve on your profile. I know at the time you were not very active,
No, I
and
wasn't.
yes, so I don't know, have you gotten any results since we last worked together to get your profile optimized? If
Okay,
you wouldn't
so
mind sharing.
yeah. So before I joined your boot camp, it was really, really blank. I had just lost my job in very painful circumstances, and I needed to create a good positive presence. And you walked with me through my display picture, the profile. You told me the display picture was okay then, but
Yeah.
there was nothing going on. And we had a private session, worked on so many things. And I tell you, there's been a lot of engagement, even I think putting up posts that people can relate with. I'm just working on one now to put up. So I think people go there, you can see the views and you can see the interest. So just a couple of days ago, I was appointed to a board and an asset management company, and I'm about to start another job too. And I know they've also searched my profile on LinkedIn and seen, the experiences. So thank you very much, Becca. It's been wonderful. Apart from what you put up, you also go there and you get blessed with what people put up and you're encouraged.
Exactly.
Discussion
Exactly.
sessions are amazing. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Bernadette, thank you so much. Thank you. God richly bless you. I'm happy to hear this. And I've not spoken to Bernardine for some time now. I don't know if this year we've even spoken, but I'm happy you came on to share this story with me. And I'm really happy for you because I knew at the time that we worked together, it was a bit difficult and challenging. And I'm happy that things are coming your way now. So, having a LinkedIn profile, it's very important. And one of the things that inspired me to actually put this training together and also put a bootcamp that can actually where I can help people like on individual basis to put their profile together was because I was coming across a lot of like people who I knew had skills, experience, like they are master at their craft, but had like blank LinkedIn profile. And so they were not getting the opportunities that are supposed to come their way, but somebody will just come on LinkedIn, the person is not really skilled, really experienced, but because of the way they've crafted their profiles, they were rather getting opportunities, and those who have the skills and knowledge and experience were not getting those opportunities, especially when you're interested in having an international opportunity where you may work remotely, like be in Accra, wherever you country you are, and get paid in US or in US dollars or euros. You can't afford not to have a LinkedIn profile. You cannot afford, because they will go looking for you there, and then when they get there and they don't see any interesting information, you may miss out. So if you are here and your LinkedIn profile is not optimized, I would just encourage you to get it optimized. You never know when you would need something. So don't wait till you need the thing before. So prepare yourself rather, so that when you need, it will be available to you. So this is my personal story. I mean, I told you I was on LinkedIn for so long, nobody was approaching me with job offers. But when I improved my LinkedIn profile, somewhere in 2022, I saw this recruiter sending me this job opportunity. I had not seen it anywhere. She rather came into my DM and sent me this message. I didn't get the job, but at least it gave me an evidence that, oh, if I do things right on the platform, the opportunities that I'm seeking, I will get them. Okay, so the number two mistakes that I made and then most people are making is not engaging on the platform. Okay, so some people don't engage at all. They just have their profile and that's it. They don't go there to post. They don't read people's profile to comment on them. So no engagement at all. Like they've just left it blank. But LinkedIn is a platform where you need to engage, because engagement is one thing that helps your profile get noticed by people. Okay, it's as I said, it's a networking event. Let's just imagine it as you being at. So imagine you've gone to a networking event and then everybody is trying to connect with each other, and then you have decided to go and sit in one corner, one corner by yourself. How will people get to know who you are? How will people get to know who you are? Nobody will get to know. Or maybe you are at the networking event and you've gone to hide yourself in the washroom. I mean, who will come looking for you? So engagement on the platform is also very important. And we engage through posting on the platform. People normally do liking and sharing, but what really counts is you sharing your own post, and then also commenting. In fact, commenting is a big thing. Even if you decide not to post anything, I will encourage you to comment. Read people's posts, the things that people are sharing, especially the ones that falls in your niche. Okay, like those are the ones that are relevant to your profession. When people share those kind of posts, educative posts, also comment to share your thoughts on those posts, and those ones really attract attention, especially when you put your expertise across. Maybe somebody has posted something that is relevant to your profession or your industry, then you also give an insight on what the person is sharing through the comments. You'll be amazed the kind of eyeballs that will look at your comments. I've seen it happening. There's one person on LinkedIn who keeps preaching this. He says he posts 3 times in a week, but he comments every day, and sometimes he does 50 comments, and he can afford to do that because LinkedIn is his business. Okay, his business is to help people optimize their profile on LinkedIn. So that's his business. When he puts one post, usually he gets like 1,000+ comments. And then he says he also comments on 50 people posts a day, 50 people, because the comment that he gives also gives him visibility, makes people aware of him. And such a person, I don't know, if I have time, I'll show his profile. But the last time I checked on his profile, when he helps you optimize your profile, I mean, I think he does other things to help people. I believe there's more to it, because to book him, it's about $1,000 per 1 hour session. It's $1,000, and I one day just try to see how like people book him, and so he has a calendar. When you click on it, it takes you to his calendar, and then before he even engage with you, you have to make that payment. And the last time I visited his calendar, I realized he was even booked like ahead, booked ahead, like a whole month ahead. So at that time, if I had wanted to book him, I would have had to wait a month before, and even keep his booking is like booking going for US visa in Ghana. All the time when you go to book, there are no spaces available. Like you have to book like 3, 5, 6 months ahead of time. So that's what is happening. And that also showed me how relevant and important people are making use of the platform for their professional and then business life. Okay, so as I said, we are at a networking event and you need to sell yourself, and then you sell it through the posts that you make. So the posts especially depend on what you are looking for. If it's a job, if it's a businesses, then your post will be related to that, because you are attracting somebody. If it's recruiters, you need to showcase your expertise. You need to grow your brand. You need to become a thought leader in your profession so that people will know that, oh, you have expertise in this area, so that when somebody is looking for somebody like that, they can come to you, or people can even recommend you. I I have connections on LinkedIn who sometimes will recommend me for something. And I remember last year somebody recommended me to do an event for a company. That's not like my job, the job that I do, but I have experience from my day job, the work that I do. I have experience in managing events. And so when the person saw that I keep posting the event that I've been hosting at my organization, he thought I'm like an event organizer. In fact, that was the interpretation she had. So she recommended me to somebody. And at a point, I was wondering whether to take up the challenge or not, but I just decided to give it a shot. And I went for the contract, and they paid me well. I must not lie. And it's all because I was showing my expertise. So it was not a full-time employment, it was a contract for me to help them organize a networking event for their clients and partners. And they gave me the contract. I had to bring the vendors together, do the setup and everything. And to the glory of God, everything went well. And if I could be getting those kind of gigs every month, I think maybe I will have to resign from my job because it pays well. So you are on the platform selling and you have to let people know what you are selling. So to correct that, you have to start posting, and then you also have to be mindful of where you put your comments, the things that you like, because whatever you do on the platform, it follows you on your profile. People go on your profile to look at the things that you've posted. There's a record of that, and then the things that you've commented on. So we have to also be careful when we are commenting on things. So if you are not engaging, it looks like not posting at all, liking random posts without commenting, and not showing your expertise or voice. Okay. Wow. Now, how do you fix this? You can post weekly about your work, your insights, your wins. If you're a business owner, you can also post your clients' testimonials and then your behind the scenes, share knowledge about what you do and all that, so that people know that you know your job. Okay. And then you can also start conversations through comments by commenting intentionally. What I normally do is that if I really want to connect with somebody very important, and I know if I send a connection request the person might not accept me, I start going on what they've been posting and putting my comment there. That way they get notice of me. So when I send them a connection request, they already know me because I've been commenting on their post, and it's easier for them to accept my connection request. So it could be somebody, a mentor you are looking for, or a partner you are looking for, or even a recruiter that you want him or her to like notice you. If they make certain posts, you can leave some comments there just for them, because every on LinkedIn we are encouraged that when somebody comments, you check it out, because sometimes you have to go and respond. It could be a question that somebody has asked, so you are required to respond. And the more you even respond to comments, the more and the platform shows your post to others. Okay, so commenting is very important on that platform. And then you can also share your story or your expertise. And those who claim that they don't have anything to post, there's a lot that you can post. There's a lot. Okay. Okay, so I'm sharing this photo just to show you how comment work. So this is one comment that I placed on somebody's post, and already it's getting 977 impressions. So people who have seen the comment that I made, sometimes you can even make a post and not get this number of impressions. Impression is how many people have seen the post that you've made. So even with comments, people are reading your comments. Okay, so this is 977 impression. Then I made another one on somebody's post. It got 789 impression. And then this one I had 2,674 impressions. So just a comment on somebody's post. So this is not my post. Sometimes I make a post and I don't even get this number of impressions. And then see this one. This is a comment I also put on somebody's posts, and I had 3,622 impression. So you could even say that even with my comments, I have 9 people, reacting to it. Okay, and then I have 6 replies, just a comment. It's not even a post. If you look at this one too, you see I had 6 people reacting to the comments, and then I have 3 replies. There's one, I remember there was one comment I made on somebody's post, and I had about over 5,000 impression. I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it. Okay, so through LinkedIn, I had my first opportunity to be engaged as a conference speaker. That was somewhere in 2019. That was the first time I was even being standing on a stage to talk. But somebody reached out to me because the person saw my profile and then asked me to come and speak on their stage. And just last Thursday, I was invited again, this time not to come and speak, but as a guest, just to come to join the conference. Okay. And that conference alone cost like 4,000 plus, but I got to attend for free. I mean, because of the connection that I've now had with the organizer. Okay, so this is an opportunity that can come your way. Okay, now how do you engage on the platform? I've talked about commenting, sharing your posts, but it's also important for you to grow your connections. You need to connect to people. There are some key people that you need. Okay, so we used to say who knows you, but now I know who you know. Okay, but now it's also important for people to know you. So you need to connect with people you think will be helpful, who bring opportunities your way. You need to connect with them. The lady who gave me the event organizing gig, I connected with her. If I had not connected with her, I don't even remember how I got connected with her, but she had been seeing my posts. So if we didn't have that connection, she wouldn't have recommended me for that project. And then you have to also create quality content and then post consistently. The consistently is not posting daily. It could be once a week, but just be consistent about it, that every week you post. Sometimes I post 3 times a week, sometimes once in a week. Okay, but you just have to be regular. And then there are also interesting groups that on LinkedIn, just like we have Facebook groups, we have interesting groups on LinkedIn that you can join. And that can also be very helpful, especially when it comes to connecting with people. And then when people comment on your posts, you need to also respond. I've already mentioned that the more you respond to comments on your posts, the more your post is shown to people. Okay, just like any other social media platform, when you make a post, LinkedIn doesn't show you to all your connections. No, just a few. The more people engage with your post, then it shows it to more people. So the more you have engagement on that particular post, you see that you have more views or impressions, as we call it on LinkedIn. Now, the final mistake that I made initially was not connecting to people. Okay, I joined at the time. The last time I checked before I optimized my profile, I realized that I had only 28 connections, just 28. But since I became deliberate and started engaging on the platform, I think I now have 17 plus connections on the platform now. So I've really grown a lot, and it's all because I deliberately connect with people. Deliberately, you have to search for people, and these people could be people you admire in your industry. It could be your how do I say it? It could be your colleagues at work. It depends. Maybe your former job. If your current job, you want them to know what you've been posting, you can connect with them. If not, you can decide not to. And you can also connect with your peers in the industry, people who are in different organizations that maybe are in the same industry, and people you think you should know or who needs to know you. You can connect with them. You can connect with is it your alumni, like people you've been in school with. You never know which places they now work and all that, so you can connect with all of these people. In fact, you can even connect with people you don't know. You don't necessarily need to know people before you connect with them. At the point when I joined LinkedIn, I thought you just have to connect with people you know, but I realized that when you connect with people you know, you are limited. Okay, the lady who gave me the event contract, it's not somebody I knew, but if I had not connected with her, I don't think I would have gotten that contract. So it's not necessarily that you have to know the person before you connect. When we were children, we were told not to speak to strangers. But when we became adults, we realized that we can't carry on with that. We have to speak to strangers to be able to get opportunities. So like, you need to talk to strangers on LinkedIn. Okay. I mean, not all of them, not everybody on LinkedIn are professional. Some may not, but it shouldn't stop you from connecting with people. Okay, so not connecting with people, I've already spoken about this. Not like connecting with people you already know, not reaching out to industry players or recruiters, and not building strategic networks. So you have to be strategic in your connections, know who you are connecting, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't connect with people you don't know. There may be experts that you follow or mentors that you admire who are not even in your industry or in your country. You know, LinkedIn gives us the platform to connect with anybody, in any part of the world. I am connected with a lot of people in my profession who are not in Ghana. A lot, a lot of people, and it's interesting learning from them as well. So I've already mentioned this, I think. So industry experts, recruiters, hiring managers, mentors, career allies, work colleagues, supervisors, ideal clients, partners, you know, these are people you can consider connecting with. They could also be makers in your field. So anybody you think you should know. And then, I mean, you can also pick people at random and connect with them. When you check out their profile and think there are people you need to know who needs to know you, why not connect with them? When people send you their connection request, look at their profile. If you think there are people you need to connect with, why not? Sometimes the people connecting with you, they also want to learn from you. So why don't you give them that chance? They just want to follow you, connect with you so that they can be seeing your post and be learning from it. So just as you're also looking for a mentor, somebody is also looking for a mentor. So why don't you consider those people as well? My picture is featured down here, but I'm showing this picture just to let you also know of an opportunity I had through LinkedIn. Somebody interviewed me and put my information on her website, because she came across my profile on LinkedIn, and the other photos you see are the people she has interviewed, So if you look at the faces of the people, most of them are not in the country. I would say that I'm the only Ghanaian among these people, if not the only African. But that opportunity came just because of LinkedIn. And I also last year, or was it last year, I had the opportunity to be featured on a podcast, and it's all because of LinkedIn. This is the message that I got from the lady, and then we fixed the dates for the podcast. And from that podcast, this other lady, Corinne, also listened to that podcast, and she reached out to me, because my information was given on the podcast. So we became connected, and I got the opportunity to even have her on a webinar. I run a community. That's one thing I did mention, called the Network of Administration Professionals of Ghana. I believe most I have some people on the call who are in that community. So we hosted this lady. She's in Switzerland. She did a webinar for us for free. Okay, so in summary, here are the 3 mistakes: incomplete profile, no engagement, weak network. Okay, so where do you find yourself? If you find yourself in all the 3, you don't engage, you have an incomplete profile, you have a weak network. Weak network means you don't have a lot of connection, like you have under 100 connections. If you have under 100 connections, give me a 3. Okay, if your profile is complete but there's no engage, you don't engage on the platform, you have a weak network, give me a 2. And if only one of these 3 mistakes apply to you, just give me one. I want to hear from you. So let me know in the comment. Hey, okay, I see 3. 3. Hey, 1. Okay, that's nice. 3. Okay, so I'm seeing 3. No 2 yet. 3. Oh wow. 2. Okay. Hajara 2. Okay. Beatrice 3. Okay. Patricia says 3 and 2. No, mommy says 3. Evelyn says 3. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, Bernardine. Okay, so Bernardine will go for 1. Need to improve my engagement. Yes, I've seen your posts do well on the platform. It looks like when you give people more, they will enjoy. Sometimes when you post and I come across it, I go and check and I see people are engaging with your posts. Now, it looks like they need more from you. So please be posting. Okay, Evelyn say +1. Okay, Evelyn. Oh, Evelyn is joining. Evelyn, we have one Evelyn joining us all the way from Uganda. Wow. Evelyn, I work with you, so I'm surprised you still have 2. Evelyn, if you wouldn't mind, share your experience with me working with you. We optimize your profile, I remember. And how has it been for you? If you can talk. Gifty, yes. Gifty, you go for 1 because you're also doing very well on your profile.
Becca, I'm still on a learning journey. I haven't yet mastered everything well, but I'm trying. At least I engage. I comment on other people's posts. I also post some insight. So I'm still learning.
Yes, but since the last time we optimized your profile, like how is the experience before and then now?
It has improved. It improved
Okay.
a great deal. Yeah, I'm not like before. You took me through. There's some improvement.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen you've changed your profile photo as well. Now that we have your profile optimized, I think what you need to work on is the engagement bit. So let's see. And there's so many things you are doing that you are not posting.
There's I have one problem. Scheduling the posts. I'm still learning how to do it.
It's not difficult. Scheduling posts is not difficult at all. You see, when you attempt to post you see, when you attempt to post, let me do a demonstration. Just 1 second. Let me just do a demonstration and then come back. And this is for everybody because posting shouldn't be hard. Posting shouldn't be. You can actually schedule even in a whole month's post. The only thing that you have to go back to be engaging because it's also very important. I wanted to pick my own profile. Okay. I have so many tabs open, so it's also slowing down my machine. But let's do this quickly. I'm just doing this because Evelyn mentioned posting, and I know a lot of people are struggling with it. So, okay, I wanted to share the success stories of some people, and that's why I have this profile open. So this is Dixon Hassan, somebody I follow a lot, but I see he's doing very well on LinkedIn, and he even had a job offer. You see, LinkedIn is messing up, through LinkedIn. And as you can see, he had 54K followers, and this guy now every television station is calling him because of the way he has presented his expertise in his profession. So now media houses, you can write his name down, you can check him out. You can check. I wouldn't have time to go on his profiles to show you some of the things that are happening in his life. And recently I asked him how he's able to manage his media engagement with his full-time job, and he told me his work is flexible in such a way that he's doing remote working. So his work started, I think, start early 4 a.m. It's actually a question I put to him in the comments, and then he responded. So he started work at 4 a.m. Ghana time and closes at 2 p.m. Ghana time. So because I don't know which country his employers are, but he started work at 4 a.m. So by 2 p.m. he's done, and he has the time to do other side hustle. So he helps people optimize their CV. I've seen him doing trainings and all that, and that job, he says it's LinkedIn that gave him, and he's being paid in dollars, which was better than what the work that he was doing initially in Ghana. But now he's in Ghana and earning dollars, and this can happen to everyone. The job that I was talking about initially, I did an assessment test this afternoon. Should I get that job, I'll be working. I'll start work from here 12 p.m. and then close midnight. Yeah, so work starts at 12 p.m. and Ghana time, and then closes at midnight. You see, but the salary is a lot. It's a lot, and the role is also very interesting. Yeah, the role is also very interesting. So now, okay, somebody's mic is open. If Claudia, I see your mic is open. Oh, there was noise coming in. Claudia, you are here. So as I try to get Evelyn's problem sorted out, Claudia, could you also at least, I've been worrying you, can you share your experience on LinkedIn with us?
Because sorry, I was working in town. That's why I didn't want to talk. So I just got
when
home.
I called you, when
you called my name, I was in a very noisy place.
No, okay.
So my name is Claudia. I'm not sure I can come on camera. Forgive me. My name is Claudia. I'm a virtual assistant. After going through a career break for a long time, I wanted to come back to the workforce. And the time I decided to come back, I think LinkedIn was kind of taking off. It was existing already, but I didn't even know about it because I was busily on break. So Becca told me, I learned about it. Somebody helped me set it up, and then Becca helped me optimize it. Like she showed already in the presentation, it was very minimal, but I joined her boot camp. She took me by the hand, and then this is where I am. I've even slacked because of a few things going on in my life. I don't really post a lot, but I have come far by Becca's guidance and mentorship. So yeah, I have had people invite me to kind of be a speaker on a program. People have contacted me to for gigs, even though not all of them materialize. At least it feels good to know that you are visible, and then people can look at your profile and kind of know what you can offer and all of that. So that is where I am here. Thank you, Becca.
Thank you, Claudia, for also sharing. Okay, so now coming back to Evelyn. Evelyn, so if you want to post, if you see where my cursor is, it says start a post. Okay, so when you start a post, okay, I can decide to write something. I'm not going to post now. What I want to show you is this. You see, once you create your post, if I should upload something, let's see. Okay. I didn't prepare for this, otherwise I would have. What can I even post here? Okay, so okay, this is my daughter's photo. I'm not going to post it, but I'm just using it. So for instance, I want to make a post. I've uploaded this photo. So I'm just doing something random. Look at my beautiful daughter. Imagine, I mean, this doesn't make sense. This will not be a good post, but we are just using it for demonstration. So if I want to really post this photo, I'll write something significant, something that will interest people to read, not necessarily to look at the photo, but I will say something special about my daughter, or somebody can learn, about about the photo of my daughter, whatever. But as I said, it's just a demonstration. So if I have my write-up ready and I want to post this, instead of clicking on post, I'll go to where the clock is. You see, it says schedule for later. So you click on it, and then you put here the date where you want. Imagine I want to post this on Monday. So I'll click on 21st, and then select the time that I want to post. Maybe I want to post at 10 a.m. You know, posting too, you have to also watch the time that you post, because some, depending on the time, you may receive engagement on your post. Okay, so now that I've selected my time, I can go to next. Okay, and then schedule. So once I click on schedule, it means that this post will come out on Monday at 10 a.m., the time that I scheduled it for. And you can do this for so many posts. Okay, so you can schedule a whole month post, and then when it gets to time, it will post without your knowledge. You will get a notification that, oh, your post has been, your scheduled post has been posted. Okay, so it's not difficult. Evelyn, is it difficult? Does it look difficult?
No, I realize it is very easy.
It's easy. It's easy. Just instead of clicking on post, you just come to where the clock is, and then you schedule it. You pick your date and your time, and that's it. You forget about it. When it's time, it will post. At first, LinkedIn didn't have this feature, so you have to rely on a third party that you have to pay, you know, to get your post scheduled. But now they have it on the platform, so you really don't have any excuse not to post. Okay, I think I'm bringing my presentation to a close. Let me walk you through the few last slides that I have. Okay, so this is where we got to. I saw a lot of threes. Okay, so with all this information that I've given you, if you really want to work on your profile, you can make use of the information that I've shared with you to do that. Okay, but if you want help, okay, some of you may be like, okay, I can't do it on my own, but I would need help to do that. I have this 4-week program that I do, and this one to once a year. Anybody who has joined my program will know that when I do it, I don't do it again till the following year. Last year, I think I did it. We started in July, but this year we are starting in August. So if you want to join this program, it's a 4-week. It doesn't mean that we are meeting every day. We meet once in a week, so for 4 sessions, and then I break everything down. The thing that we've talked about, we didn't have time to go into details and demonstrations. So I break it down for you so that you get an understanding. Some of us are struggling on LinkedIn because we don't have the understanding of the platform. I remember there was one time that I wanted to understand Instagram, okay? And I needed somebody to help me because I've read, followed videos, and then I wasn't getting it. And I needed somebody. And I came across somebody who could have told me. But at that time, we didn't have Zoom and all that. So trying to even get the person to demonstrate the whole thing to me, like walk me through, was difficult. And it's the same way when I came to realize that, oh, LinkedIn was a good platform, and that I needed to understand it. I went out looking for information. I watched videos, a number of videos. I had to do a lot of try and errors to really get to understand that the information that I was gathering. And at that time, I actually wanted to engage somebody to help me, seriously, because it works faster when somebody is encoding you. But what I realized was that most of the people who I could engage were very expensive. Most of them were charging $1,000+ just to help you optimize your LinkedIn profile. $1,000+. Wow, where was I going to get that money? And then later on, it became a bit cheaper. Even that, it was around $500. The people I saw helping others to optimize they were charging $500, and then it came to $250. Even that one is just your profile. The person just walk you through your profile, and that's it. They don't give you the other information that will help you engage on the platform. And recently, I just came across a Ghanaian, and most of these people I'm talking about were foreign based. They were not even Ghanaians or in Africa. That's why their rates were so high. So just recently, I came across a Ghanaian who is doing a similar thing, and I was surprised at the prices that she's charging, because she's not only looking for clients in Ghana but looking for clients outside. So she's also charging in dollars, and the minimum I saw, if she really have to do the things that I will be doing through this 4 week, she's charging. What is she charging? I wanted to bring up her profile, but let's see. Let me just walk you through this, and then I'll bring it. I'll bring you her profiles, and then we'll look at how much she's charging just to do this, and then compare with what I'm providing. So it's a 4 week. I call it LinkedIn Unlocked Bootcamp, where I walk through 4 sessions. I walk you through 4 sessions that will help you understand the platform. So I use a framework that I call the 360-degree LinkedIn Unlocked framework. So in this 360-degree LinkedIn Unlocked framework, I walk you through 4 Ps, which sometimes I break it down to 5 Ps. So we look at your purpose. You have to know why you're on LinkedIn. So we break down purpose, why you need to have a purpose for being on the platform. And then we look at profile, which is very important. So your profile, as I said, is your business card. We need to make it attractive enough that when we present it on the platform, people will be attracted to it. Your profile always have to be in alignment with your purpose for being on the platform. If you are looking for a job, your profile will be different from somebody who is looking for clients. So they are two different things. And then I also walk you through. So the first P is purpose, the second one is profile, the third one is people. How you are supposed to send connection requests, especially to people who are like industry experts that needs to know you. Okay, you don't connect the same way with them like you connect with anybody else. So that's people. And then the last P is participation. The participation has to do with engagement, how you have to be engaging on the platform. So it's 4 sessions, and by the time we are done, you should be able to get a full understanding of the platform for you to be able to manage it yourself. And then what is also interesting about this bootcamp is that now I have a one-on-one session with you where I help you. I'll give you the information, but I know sometimes I give information and people are not able to apply it. So just to help you apply the information, now I work with you one-on-one to optimize your profile. And when we are doing the optimization of your profile, if you don't have a banner, we work on one and put it there. If you don't have a photo, whatever you have, we try to improve it. And then I will just encourage you to get a different photo and then replace it with yours. I show you how you will be able to replace it. Then we fill all the sections on your profile. I actually take your CV, we draft your about section, we do your headline, we do your banner, and then we fill out the different sections on your profile. So that one I do with you one-on-one. So the 4 live session alone, if I'm supposed to do it, should cost you like 1,000 cedis. If I'm supposed to have the private session with you, that session should cost you an hour, 400 Ghana cedis. I'll also be giving you template guides and checklists to help you apply what you learn. And if I should put a value to it, it should cost like 400. And then I have a Canva for beginners training that I will share with you. Previously, I do it live, but now I'll just give it to you as a video. So if you decide to join today, you get that video for free just to know how to do your designing for your posting. Okay, you need to. Canva gives you the opportunity to design your own flyer so that you can post on LinkedIn. So it's just to help you with your posting. You can decide not to use Canva, but I mean, it helps if you know how to use Canva to design. And then you also have access to all the four sessions. The recordings of the 4 sessions for life. You can go rewatch and watch and watch and watch and watch and watch. And those who joined last year, I don't know if they are still watching, but I know at a point you get tired and you don't watch again. But you get access to it for free. Okay, so if I should put a cost to all of these things, you should be paying me like, how much is it? 1,800, 2,400 cities for this course. But I do this just to help people. So I don't charge that. But in 30 days, I can say that you will receive these 3 transformation. You will get your optimized LinkedIn profile that attracts potential employers, clients, or partners. You will get an expanded professional network. In fact, your number of connections are going to increase, and then you also get an improved engagement and visibility. Most of the 2 down there, expanded network and then improve engagement and visibility, I can show you the way, but I can't do the work for you. What I can help you do is to help you optimize your LinkedIn. After that one, I'll stand on your neck. We'll do it together because it's the first thing. If that one doesn't come, we can't even do the other 2. Okay, so these are the transformation. Once we get the profile optimized, then now you can expand your professional network, because when you send connection requests, people will begin to accept. People will even be sending you, invitations to connect because of your profile. So you can increase your connection, and it's very important to have a large connections on LinkedIn. It means you are knowing people and people are getting to know you. And then I'll also give you the information that you need to be able to engage and be visible on the platform. So those are the information. If you follow all the sessions and you do everything that I recommend in it, you should be able to receive this transformation. Okay. So this is an introduction to the LinkedIn Unlocked Bootcamp. I want to start on the 8th of August. In fact, depending on who sign up for the program, we can always start on the 8th. And the time too, it depends on how many people join and what they decide. So I'll leave the decision to those who join. So this is not fixed, but this is what I've planned doing. Now it's becoming difficult to contain these children, so please forgive me. I'll be wrapping up soon. And so for you to join the boot camp, it's 497 Ghana cedis. Is this right? I think I don't have the right amount on the flyer. But if you can join before 26 July, you get a personalized CV review if you need that. And then I'll also give you my top 10 LinkedIn content ideas guide. Okay. Yes. So the event that I hosted, I was contracted to host. These are photos from the event. It was actually the first time I was doing an event outside my usual comfort zone, my usual employer, event. So it was a big thing for me. And then through LinkedIn too, I've gotten to connect with a lot of my peers, and we have a community called the Network of Administrative Professionals of Ghana, and I believe most of them are here on this platform. So if it's not because of LinkedIn, I don't think I would have been able to put this community together. And we have about 200 members in this community, and most of the members came from LinkedIn. Okay, thank you very much. And if you have any questions, I want to put the link. If you have any questions, please feel free. I don't know if I have questions in the chat already, but I'm trying to bring out a link that you can use to join the boot camp. I can hear some feedback. It looks like somebody's mic is on. I don't know if it's from my end. Okay. So I'm putting the link, and then you can always also reach out to me. I'll send an email with more information, with a link to the recording of this. So this is the link if you want to join. you can. Let me see if I can share the. Anybody has any question? If you have any question, feel free. You can unmute and ask.
Hello, Becca.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay. So please, I
Oh,
wanted to
Carol.
find. No, this
Amma
is
is talking. Okay.
so please, I wanted to find out what time exactly, especially when you are in Ghana, is best for you to post on your LinkedIn.
Okay. So from experience, I realized that between 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Okay.
That's from experience. From me posting is the best time. But you can also try, because the best time depends on the kind of connection you have. Do you get me? So if you have a mix of people, and then the time zones are also different. Do you get me? So I'm basing my engagement on Ghanaians. Okay, but I have other foreign connections who
Okay.
at that time may not be awake, or they are now getting awake. So it depends on the mix of the kind of connections you have, and then the focus.
Okay. Okay.
And then the focus, then that would determine. I've seen that between 9 and 11, and then during lunchtime, so from 12 to 1. Yeah.
Okay.
And then in the evenings to sometime from 7 to 8. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just have to try it yourself,
Mm.
like, and then see how the engagement goes, and then you can
Yeah.
decide when to post. So you just vary it to see
Mm.
yeah, which one works for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Carol, I didn't know if you wanted to. Oh, okay. Carol, did you want to talk, or you just unmuted? Okay, somebody says I should contact her. All right. Okay, so I saw somebody said you should share your your LinkedIn profile to connect. Yeah, why not? Of course. Okay. So if you are looking to work with me, I think I've shared the page. I'll put the link in the page, but I'll also send a follow-up email to everybody who registered for this webinar. I'll share the link to the recording. As I said, it's being streamed on YouTube. I don't know if anybody is watching though, but yeah. So it's 497 Ghana cedis for all the 4 sessions plus the one-on-one. And I mean, if you are not in Ghana, those who are joining us from outside, is just $37, and this is the cheapest you can get. I can assure you. I don't do this for the money. Otherwise, I'll be doing it multiple times in a year. But I do it just once in a year because I see the gap. I see, especially with people I'm even connected to on LinkedIn. So just to get your commitment and your focus. So what you pay is actually a commitment fee, because I see that when you make things free, people don't value it. But when you commit, then you pay attention, because we had over 80 plus people to join this free webinar, and just half of you joined. So it's always like that. And sometimes too, when you get things for free, you don't see the value, so you don't even apply it. So if you really want to take your LinkedIn profile serious, you really want to get opportunities from LinkedIn, this is your opportunity. Let's join this bootcamp. Let us work together, get the understanding, and then now you'll be able to attract all those information you've been looking out for. Last year, somebody joined this webinar, and okay, so this is a group. It will be a group session, but if you are looking for me to work with you one-on-one, maybe you don't want to join the group, you want to work at your own pace, that one, the price is different. It's 1,000 CDs to engage me one-on-one. So that one, you don't join the group session, but I work with you one-on-one, and we work together. So we work at your own schedule, a schedule that also fits mine. And I don't know, 1,000 CDs in dollars, I don't know, but let's say roughly around $100 if you want to work in that space. For the LinkedIn or bootcamp, because of the one-on-one, I limit the spots. The maximum I can take is 15 people at a 10 people. Even if I should consider 15 people, there's a program that I do that, which is also yearly, called the Career Winners Mastermind. And in that program, it's a 3-month program. And at the end of the program, I just completed it. We finished in June. We started in March. So we finished in June. I have 4 people who participated, and that one is limited to 5 slots. So I had 4 people. I had 5, but one dropped out later. So I have 4 people, and those 4 people is mandatory for them to join this bootcamp. So already with the 15 spots, even if I should consider 15, the 4 people have taken the 4 spots, so it's left with 11. So if you don't take advantage of this opportunity fast enough, you may have to join me again next year. Okay. And I wanted to, people do similar things and they even charge more than this. I wanted to share a profile of somebody doing similar thing. I think I lost it. Okay. So there are some people who are doing this as their full-time job, okay? And so they charge a lot. They charge. So I came across this lady, I think today or yesterday, and then this is the first time I'm actually seeing a Ghanaian who is doing this as a full-time business. Okay, you can go on the profile and check it out. So it says win on your LinkedIn, enroll now. I'm going to click on enroll now. And I realized that her focus actually is more international because she's charging in dollars. Okay, so she calls it LinkedIn Visibility Academy. Okay, and I'm just scrolling down to her pricing. Uh-oh. So her VIP plan is $600 for 3 months of deep coaching, and her pro plan is $200 per month. Okay, and then cost only. So if you decide just to buy the course only, it's $100. I am doing a live session, 4 sessions with you. Okay, and I'm also doing a one-on-one with you. And then what I'm charging is even less than $100. Okay, so we'll see the value that you are getting. If you compare the value and then the money that I'm charging, you realize that I'm even doing this almost for free. Okay. All right. I don't know if there are any questions, but I think we spent more than an hour. This was supposed to be an hour, but it's more than an hour now. So if there are no questions, let me quickly check. So I was saying that one person joined this webinar last year, and then she wanted, so please forgive me. She said she wanted VIP, and we agreed. But at a point, I think she became busy, and so we couldn't have it. And the year has gone by, you know. So, but this year she said she will work with me. So I'm just hoping it will work out this year. But I'm just saying this to say that a year will come quickly, and then you'll miss out on opportunities because you don't know how to take advantage of the LinkedIn platform. So why don't you join the bootcamp this year? Get your profile optimized, get to understand the platform so that you attract opportunities. Sometimes we are not really looking for something, but somebody will propose something to you and then realize that, oh, you need this. You need it. And the assessment test that I took this afternoon before I jump on this call, at a point I was wondering whether I'll be able to make it to this call. They asked for my LinkedIn, so I filled the form. Then they asked for my LinkedIn URL, and that is what qualified me to take the assessment test. Okay, so LinkedIn, having an optimized LinkedIn profile is very, very important. Okay, so okay, Susie says I've learned something I didn't know about scheduling here. Okay, all right. Let me go through the comment section to see if I've. Oh, Bernadine, thank you. Bernadine says she's real value for money. Thank you, Bernadine. Anyway, so if there are no questions, I think I will just wrap up. But I will encourage everybody who really want to take advantage of the LinkedIn platform to join this bootcamp. As I said, I do this once a year. The next time you hear me calling will be, God willing, sometime around this time. So if you cannot join this year, then maybe next year. But you should think about all the opportunities you would have missed, looking at the year go by like that. Okay, Amma says, thank you very much, Becca. This is really insightful. You are welcome, Amma. And thank you, everyone, for making time to join the call. I'll send you an email. So if you need to reach out to me, you can, you have the chance to do that. Some of you, I mean, there are lots of places you can, so long as you're on this call, I know you saw something somewhere. So please feel free to reach out to me and let's engage further if you are interested in joining the boot camp. And if you want a personalized one, you don't want to join the group one, you want to work with me one-on-one, I've already told you how much it costs. 1,000 Ghana cedi. Last year I charged 1,000, and this year is supposed to go up. And each year it goes up. Actually, last year those who joined paid less than what I'm asking for this year, and it's the same thing that happened the previous year. So next year the price will not be the same. I can assure you that this year I should have charged more. When I saw the other ladies' price, I'm like, oh, then I'm joking, but I'll just allow that to go. Next year, if I have to do it, it's more than that. Gifty, if you haven't joined the call, I know you've been engaging very well on LinkedIn platform. On the platform, can you share with us your experience? I don't know if you are still here. I just saw your comment, but I don't know if you are still here. And also if you are in a position to talk. Okay, I think Gifty is not here. All right. Okay, so I'll just wrap up. Hello.
This is Susie.
Susie, please go ahead.
It's just something I wanted to share.
Okay, please go ahead.
About the engagement on LinkedIn. So
okay.
You see, I only post when there is an activity I want people to know about. I normally don't really engage like that. And I had to make a big opportunity. So somebody wanted to invite me for a program and was actually abroad. And the person wanted me to get in touch so that we will know how best they can help with my flights and other details. When I saw it, I had seen it about 2 weeks after the program itself. So I'll just urge all of us to just be engaged on LinkedIn, like be checking it, emails, I said emails, inbox, and then also keep engaging every now and then so that we don't miss such opportunities. That's a little I wanted to share.
Thank you so much for sharing, Susie. Thank you. Those are the opportunities, my dears. Those are the opportunities. Last year, somebody actually reached out to me to come and do a conference in the UK this year. Yeah, I mean, my stories are a lot. It's just that I don't have time to share. This year, I got an opportunity to train the staff of a company, and I got good money for it all through LinkedIn. So, if you may be in a full-time employment and you have a side hustle, it can really work out for you if you engage on the platform. Thank you, Susie. And I remember like 3 years ago, my sister also had an opportunity like that. Those were the times when, nurses traveling abroad to work was not common. I mean, that was when the beginning days, somebody reached out to her on LinkedIn from Ireland. They even showed her a contract. The only thing she had to do was to go and write IELTS and pass, and then they will process her papers for her to travel. And she never went to write the IELTS, and that's how she missed the opportunity. So there are lots of opportunities on the platform. I was even expecting her to join this session, but it looks like she's not here. So now she has come back to tell me that now she wants to do a one-on-one with me. She's not serious. All this while I've been talking about LinkedIn. She took it for granted. And then that even opportunity came her way because her profile was not even that complete, but she had some information that shows that she was an experienced nurse and they wanted to attract her. But because she didn't write the IELTS and didn't get back to them, at the time when she wanted to go back, I heard they were no longer taking nurses from Ghana. So she missed out on that opportunity. Anyway, all right. If I can continue the whole evening, so I need to stop here. If you want to work with me, feel free to reach out. I've shared the link again. Okay, somebody says she needs help with the paystack payment. I'll get in touch. Okay, then we'll work on it. I don't know what the challenge is, but you gave me your number, Yago number. You gave me your number. I'll reach out to you. I'll give you a call, and then we'll work it out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you soon. Bye.